Moving to West Africa, Nigerian televangelist TB Joshua did not attend proceedings at the Lagos High Court today. He was expected to answer charges over the collapse of a multi-storey guest house at the Synagogue Church of All Nations in September last year, which saw 116 people lose their lives, most of them South Africans. They were killed in the building when the building caved in. Now, for more on this, we cross now to our reporter, Sophia Adengo, who's in Abuja. Sophia, thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the program. I guess this is a story that a lot of Nigerians have been following with keen interest.
Yes, absolutely. You know, Peter, this is one of those stories that's rather interesting because the central figure, TB Joshua, has been known to be a faith healer, a pillar in the Christian community with a large following. Almost 20,000 people belong to the Synagogue Church of All Nations. And 2014 was a very difficult year for the church because, you know, construction was going on the premises, and TB Joshua had people in a guest house that was not necessarily designated for the amount of people who were inhabiting it. This is the way the courts look at this situation. Criminal proceedings have been brought against TB Joshua, and it was hoped that he would have arrived at a Lagos court today to answer over the charges of not necessarily having the correct permits to have construction go on, and as a result, the unfortunate collapse of the building. He did not show up, and I think this is where a lot of people are questioning TB Joshua in terms of character and in terms of adhering to the laws. At one point, you know, looking at TB Joshua, one would assume that he would consider himself a person of, character who would show up and answer. On the other hand, people look at him as a charlatan or somebody who feels because he has friends in high places due to the magnitude and the power of the church that he holds, that he is somewhat above the law. Peter?
All right, so my understanding is that he was part of the trustees that were supposed to appear in court today. Did any of the others show up, and was any explanation given at all by them or his legal representatives why he didn't show up? All right, it looks like we're having a few satellite issues with that signal there. Hopefully we'll try and get back to you, but I guess the gist of the story is he didn't show up for the inquest hearings, so perhaps there was too much of an expectation to think that he would show up here. But he is part of a number of trustees that were supposed to answer questions in these legal charges. The two engineers that are also part of this suit were trying to get the trial dropped, actually, but the judge who's hearing this case told them that they do have to face these charges, and now this court case has been adjourned until December. We'll find out and keep you up to date with that, and hopefully Sophia might be able to reconnect with us a little bit later on. Francis?